Alright, here we are. Round 3 is just about to begin. Yeah, I didn't think this deck would win that many matches. Our first match, our opponent mulliganed pretty hard the first game, and we managed to get our 6/5 Flying Lifelinker online. Second match, I think our opponent's deck was much better than ours, but we managed to get there. That Languish YOLO top deck war play was pretty awesome, and probably the best thing I've experienced in Magic Origins Limited so far. Yeah, now here we go in round 3, which I'm really hoping I win, since it will seriously defray the cost of my next draft video. Something to bear in mind, since I am doing this out of pocket, I will probably rare draft a lot in these videos, and hopefully I'll be able to incorporate those cards into my deck. But yeah, here comes round 3. Our opponent is Herald the Radio, which our opponent's Steve the DM, which is pretty awesome, because he might play Dungeons & Dragons, so I'll say, hey, GL, and then D&D question mark, and we have won the die roll, so we will obviously go first. Alright, it looks like we have our first mulligan hand. We have a bunch of 4 and 5 drops. If we had a third land instead of any of these 5 and 6 drops, I might keep, because we could potentially Eyeblight Massacre them out, but I'm not going to rely on runner land drop to do so, or runner land draw, so we will mulligan. This hand is not a lot better. I actually think we mulligan this as well. Alright, this is reasonable. We will keep this. I'm glad I mulled to 5 instead of keeping that bad 6. Bad 6. See, you play well, you get rewarded. That's what this draft series is going to be all about. Sorry, I'm talking to my opponent, and I should be focusing on playing the game. Hopefully, I'll talk to him after the match. Alright, so we don't have a follow-up play, but if we do draw a third land, we can either play our Night Out or play our Graveblade Death Touch scary person, because that is a scary thing. So our opponent's going to go. I'm going to F6 this turn so I can type. Because I want to tell them that I podcast about Magic and D&D, because that's what this is all about, community and etc. So reaching out to some people would be great. So we'll play our Graveblade thing, and next turn, we can actually attack potentially, which is pretty fun. Like attacking. Our opponent's on mono black so far too. We're going to play a Husk, which we will happily attack into. So this makes me think they might be on red-black. If they are, then that's cool. So I think that they should probably trade off here. They are 2 cards up on us, or actually 3 cards since they're on the draw. But it looks like they're not going to. Oh no, they might. They still get the blocker step to decide that. Like, we didn't do anything turn 2. Yeah, okay. They're doing it. So they take sweet 1 and another 1 because our creature goes to the graveyard. Look at that. Just how we drew it up. 4 lands and a 1/4. So at least we're in a pretty defensible position here to kind of draw out of this, hopefully. Undead Servant. That's interesting. We'll have to watch out for shenanigans with Nantuko Husk and that creature. I would like to draw Plains here, or a 4-drop black creature. I guess Fetid Imp is fine. We're not going to attack here. We're just going to play out our Fetid Imp. We can start plinking for 1 in the air with that if need be. And we'll leave our Death Toucher on defense. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. Let's see what they want to do. Reef Soul, our rare creature. That seems like a pretty strong play. Okay, Yeah, pays the price you take your chances. We are going to trade this imp for a 4-drop and pray that we draw planes or a playable card. I do not like our chances in this game. Almost just clicked through that rather than activating our Death Touch. Yep, this is where it starts getting very dicey. Wow. Really? No play? Alright. I mean, I guess we're not that far behind. I guess our opponent might be color screwed as well. The struggle is real. That's going to be pretty hard. Alright, so we don't have any enchantments anywhere, so neither Blessed Spirit nor that do a lot of work. If I'm going to trade off creatures, I would rather trade off a Blood Crazed Knight, I think, at this point. No, I think I like playing Blessed Spirit, and then next turn potentially being able to do some more stuff. It's not as if we can afford to take a hit here, and it seems like we escaped our color screw before our opponent, but now they're playing a 5-drop, so there we go. Now we're going to take 5 with no board presence. Yeah, I mean, we're just pretty far behind this game. I didn't like our chances of winning anyway. So we'll play out our Blood Crazed Knight. Now this is, potentially our chance to get back in it, actually. I probably should have played that last turn, but I'm glad I didn't since it got Unholy Hungered. But if we rip our Consecrated by Blood here, we stand a very good chance of winning the game, provided that they can't remove this. Since we can play that, keeping up and shrouding miss to protect our creature. But alas, we are just going to get tempoed right out of this game. I bet we'll draw Consecrated by Blood this turn. Oh, that's not the worst either. Alright. Here comes Oromancer. I should have kept up white mana for Enshrouding Mist, but again, I don't think I'm terribly happy to trade that card for one of these, and it looks like our opponent's just going to kill our creature again. I don't really like trading here, or I think we don't trade. I think we try to hopefully draw something that will give us a little bit better of an option next turn than just having no board presence. Like, obviously, if we draw a land, we just lose. We draw a land and we just lose. Yeah, there's no way for us to do that, so we'll concede the game. Right, Eyeblight Massacre seems very good in this matchup, so we're keeping that in for sure. I'm not crazy about any of the other cards we have. Yeah, just none of it seems particularly better than what we're running, so we're just going to run it back and hope that we don't mulligan to 5, and if we do, that we draw a little bit better. So yes, we would like to play first. This is not the greatest hand, but it's fine, so we will keep it, since we'll actually be able to do some stuff. Our opponent's deck seems pretty strong, though. A lot of quality removal. Like, they are very well positioned to beat a life-licking flying vampire. I like the Fetid Imp here better than the Anointer. It just uses our mana better, and it also potentially flies over stuff. I mean, it's very unlikely that we're going to see a 2-drop from our opponent based on what we saw last game. They might have Dragon Fodder. Oh, Fetid Imp. I'll happily trade this Bonded Construct for a Fetid Imp, since that gets in the way of scarier things further down the game. They may also just have our imp bounce off their imp so they can hold on to it. Yep. Traded Zaruskis. Our deck is not super aggressive, so having that little plan in place doesn't do a lot for us. Just happy to trade our 1-drop for their 2-drop that can get in the way from a big flying thing further down the line. Alright, that's gonna be scary. Can't ever block that ever. But we can... So how aggro do I want to be? I don't think I want to be super duper aggro, because I kind of like next turn, so I kind of like just playing our land, attacking with our imp, getting in for 2 with our imp thanks to Anointer. And then next turn we'll be able to Unholy Hunger that once it's renowned, or if they have any better plays, Unholy Hunger that instead, and then potentially get something bigger down on the board to put this on so that it can avoid any burn spells that they have. So for 4-drops we saw a lot of the undead creating thing, 3/2. Blazing Hellhound, that's a good one too. Not even sure what I want to Unholy Hunger now, but it's definitely something. I actually think I want to read the bones and leave up Fetid Imp while we can, because that may... They're going to attack with this since it will kill our Fetid Imp, but I like read the bones here. I think we need a little bit better of a plan, and so now we have one, which is, I actually think I like keeping both of these, so we don't need our 6th land right away since we have plenty of turns to draw it, plenty of plays. Alright, we drew it anyway. Alright, so now they can't attack with the Hellhound. We can stabilize pretty well next turn depending on what else they have. Now they can attack with the Hellhound. Looks like we take 8. Yeah, so this match is highlighting many of the weaknesses of our deck, which is that it's pretty slow and clunky, and that if we don't kind of, oh boy, they're going for it. If we don't, so we're at 4, which means that we are probably dead next turn, depending what we draw here. I think our best shot is... Oh no. So Suppression Bonds is not very good. But I think I like it slightly better than the Unholy Hunger option. We're going to be forced to chump block. Yeah. I mean, I guess we hope to top deck Languish here. That seems to be our... Alright, that's the game. That's all the potatoes. Say good game to our opponent, and let them have the satisfaction of smacking us for 8. Alright, Steve the DM wins the match. Alright, that does it for this draft series. We did manage to go 2-1 with a deck that I didn't really think was a 2-1 kind of deck. So, pretty... and this is the first time in months that our opponent's 3-0'd. So, awesome, congrats. I'll say this is my first time ever recording a draft video. So yeah, hopefully that was enjoyable. Hopefully you got a little bit from it. I know I have a tendency to play pretty quickly and to kind of like move through decisions pretty quickly. So if you're watching this and have any feedback, I would love to hear it. Again, you can find me at IamCardicus on Twitter. You can also find my podcast at Generic Nerdism on Twitter. And if you're interested in listening, hit me up. We'll be happy to have you around. Have a great